Hello, welcome to today's episode of Rock Conversation. And with me, I've got Ansom. Hello, Ansom. How are you doing today?
I'm well, David. How are you?
Very well. I'm good. I'm good. We dey deal with this dollar situation of our country right now, so I hope to
God
say
go help
I hope to
us.
say I'm good. Well, real quick, yeah. So, Rock Conversation is basically a conversation you've had in your head several times, and you probably seem not to find the right answer to it. Again, is meant to we're meant to showcase to you controversial topics that you've probably thought about and you probably don't know how to act if you're in that scenario. So, in this episode, we are not technically going to say you should do things this way or you should do it that way. However, you just have to look at what is best for you and then you make your decision. So, what do you think about our conversation?
I'm really excited about this because I feel that this would be spicy.
Yeah,
It would
I
be
agree.
juicy. It would be all shades of grey, and
Ah,
so
is it all
just
shades of grey or 50 shades of grey? Which one?
all shades of grey. Praise
Okay,
God.
okay. Did you just say president? All right, so our conversation, like you've heard from Ansel, is basically for you to share controversial topics and then week out we share controversial topics and then we analyze it from different people's opinion and perspective. Subsequent episode, we'll be having guests, different guests in our midst, and then they will also be able to share their own third party opinion. But for today, which is the first episode, which is our first episode of Rock
We need to break
Conversation.
bottle,
So,
break bottle, break bottle, break bottle.
drum roll.
Let's go.
So the first topic we're talking about is money.
Eh,
And they say money makes the world go around. So we have two scenarios here. Um, who should pay for what, or who should provide for what in marriage, and also for people that are not married, who should have the responsibility in the relationship? Is it the guy or the lady? So what's your take on that?
so for me, I think there's no rule book that says that this person should actually sponsor or pay for this quota. I feel that it's more of understanding than who should pay for this or who should pay for what.
Yeah.
And it, I think it's about taking responsibility. So, for example, just imagine that I know someone who he's married and he's okay staying at home. He's the home wife or home. How do they call it?
And house husband.
House husband.
And he's a Nigerian, yeah.
Yeah, he's a house husband, and they understand themselves. No fight, no nothing, and it's just simple. The lady was earning more than he was earning, and it was common sense for him to just resign his job when baby came, and the wife just kept on going. But so long they both contribute to that relationship, it makes sense.
Well, for a man, yeah, my opinion would rather be how would you feel among your friends when you sit down to tell them you're hanging out with your friends now? Let's say with few of our friends, and then we're telling them that I'm a full house husband. I mean, that doesn't sit down well with me. I understand the fact that my wife could be earning more, and applicable, yeah, it happens in cases where my wife earns more than the husband. But I feel we could always get a help. We could always get an house help, a nanny, whatever it is to help, while the husband also source for a means of livelihood. I understand it's a modern world where when people work from home and all. So if it's a case whereby he's working from home, it's understandable. But it doesn't just sit down well with me that as a full grown man, you sit down in the house and you wait for your wife to provide everything. I mean, literally, you want to barb your hair and you're short on cash. You literally
Okay,
have to
okay,
ask your wife or something.
okay.
It doesn't make any sense.
Dave, let me ask you this question: is it okay for a woman to be a housewife?
To me also, same perspective, it's not okay
So
for a
who
woman
who
to,
takes care of the house? Because you both can be absent from your home.
well, it's joint responsibility. And I mean, if I'm doing my own shift, for example, then when she's back she should be able to do her own shift. But I mean, I should be
Wait,
able to work.
Brother, wait.
She's
Hold
able
on,
to work.
brother,
Yeah.
wait. I want to ask you a question. Now Nigeria we talk shifts.
Yeah.
Nigeria we know they do shifts.
Okay, so now
we work 9 to 5. You are either home or you're not home. There's no shift that are
even
working
the
night.
kids go to school.
Exactly, but who is see? Just imagine. Let's paint a proper picture
Yeah.
here. You're working. Your wife is working.
Yeah.
Is a very busy day, right? You come home late. Your wife comes home late. The nanny
Yeah.
is there to help your baby, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if your baby grows up and looks like your nanny, who will you blame?
Well, the question is, it does. Are you saying the baby takes the character of a nanny or look
Yes.
like a nanny? Those are two conversations entirely.
No, takes the character
before the
of the
baby looks
nanny.
like Musa, you begin
No.
to wonder. You begin to wonder who's the baby. So this is the thing, yeah. Is I'm not saying the wife should quit her job, neither should the husband quit the job, but there needs to be compromise. And I'm not saying if the wife earns more, as the husband, I'll probably take up a job that gives me that flexibility of closing in time. It doesn't necessarily have to be 9 to 5. I mean, it's a modern world. COVID exposed us all to how people can work in the hybrid manner, how people can work fully remotely. And I mean, there are lots of jobs that in that category these days. So I see no reason why the husband can't pick a job that makes him close 4 o'clock and get home in time, or rather, a job that makes him pick a shift whereby he's able to work from home some days. That actually makes sense to me than you being a full house husband. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Wash plates, clean the floor,
Take care of the
make
baby.
food, take care of the baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. I don't have issues doing all that. Don't get me wrong. I don't have issues doing all that. If I encourage guys to actually help their wives with that. A friend of mine, when his wife just gave birth to their first baby, the wife sleeps at night and he takes care of the baby overnight. And daytime he goes to work, and the wife he sleeps daytime rather. He does night shift to take care of the baby. The wife does the daytime. So it kind of makes sense that they're able to strike a balance. But what I'm saying is, how would you feel comfortable as a man sitting down in the house 24/7 and all you do is take care of the baby? I mean, when you're in your 60s, 70s, when your wife is out there taking recognitions award, what would you have to? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Let me
to
ask you this question.
Yeah.
If the guy is a blogger, it's okay, right?
Yeah, he's still working.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's actively contributing to the family.
So if he's a social media influencer, it's okay.
Yes, it's okay.
So
as long as he's working and he's
hold on.
contributing financially.
So if his social media influencing is to showcase himself and his child during the day and what they are doing, all the stress and everything, you don't have an issue with it.
Is he making money from it? That's the question. Is he providing financially to the family? That's the question.
Okay. So
if the wife drops 10 naira, is he able to drop 3 naira, 4 naira, 5 naira? Or if the wife drops 10 naira, he folds his arm and is
so
able
are
to
you saying
drop
that there must
anything?
be monetary contribution from both parties?
Yes. It's
in
really,
every relationship?
It's really important, absolutely.
Okay.
I believe there must be monetary contribution because, I mean, let's look at this. If the husband is only the one providing, he could feel okay, I'm the head of the family. If there's an issue, maybe the wife doesn't have a job, trying to set up a business, we understand. When the husband is able to pull up money together and set up his wife, why do guys set up their wives? It's because they want them to also be independent.
Mm-hmm.
They want them to be able to contribute financially. So I feel that's
not
an ideal
necessarily
thing to do.
contribute financially. They just
But at least to take care of themselves.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to buy lighter matches, Maggie, and you have to wait for me. It doesn't make any sense. But so I strongly feel that it makes sense for both parties.
But who should bear the bigger share?
Whoever that hands more.
Whoever earns more.
Yeah.
So it's okay for the wife to be the financier of the family.
As a matter of fact, there was a point in time my wife was earning way more than me, and we were fine.
Okay.
And I had no issues with it because she was earning way more than me. And funny enough, I never asked her how much she earns, but I know she was earning more than me.
Let's
But I was still able to provide my own capacity. But there's some things she'll tell me, don't worry, I already sorted them. So it's fine.
So let's go to the contrast. You're not married, you're in a relationship. You're just dating this guy or you're just dating this lady.
See, that one, I've left that world about 4 or 5 years ago. And I'll say this, is everyone has an expectation. And in as much as we have our expectation, a couple of things we usually ladies usually expect is the man takes charge, he takes responsibility. I mean, it's a good thing. If you're dating someone, invest in that person. If you've ever dated me in the past, you know one thing.
No. You need to correct that statement. You say if you've ever, I would never have dated you.
Oh, no. I'm talking generally about people I've dated in the past.
Okay. So
And
let's
even-
be clear that there was never a time that entered our mind.
And even down to my wife, this is it. I would rather say, you know what, I've got this XYZ amount of money. What should we use it for? Should we put it into your training? Should we put it into
This
your
is someone you're just dating, or maybe 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
if it's that one, I mean the basic things you need to do in a relationship. Go on dates.
Who should pay when they go on dates?
The guy.
Why?
So this is it. It's not because it's not. How do I explain this now?
Where is the rule book that says in Ephesians chapter 2
So where is the rule book?
or 7 secrets of happy?
No,
that
no,
the guy
no.
should
So
pay?
where's the rule book that says this is how you should sleep with your wife? Also, there's no rule book to all of these things.
There is a
In
Kama
the
Sutra.
Bible.
You know, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that there are
You,
different.
well, I'm a Christian, for
different
example. Yeah.
books.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there'll be one or two books that also talk about why a guy should pay. I understand in some part of the world, people go Dutch, you pay your bill, I pay my bill. I understand we could do that sometimes.
Because if you don't start early enough to share responsibility, you're building an impression in your partner's mind that it is okay for me to shoulder the responsibility in this relationship.
Okay, so here's it. Have you ever wondered what it takes a lady to prepare for an outing for a date, for example? For we guys, we jump into the bedroom. We have, especially in this Abuja where everybody wears natives, you pick up a pair of native and slippers and Hausa cap.
Have you met him? Tim uses 2 hours to get ready for.
And then you zoom off and then you go over to a house or wherever you guys are meeting, and the lady would have to make up, wear wig. There's a lot of investment that comes into her, the way she looks, just because she's coming to meet you.
So is that an excuse not to,
No,
to
no,
be
no, no, no.
responsible?
So when you guys are now meeting, and then, for example, it's the first date, it's just normal courtesy that you at least take responsibility and show that you're man enough to take charge. So when you pay such a bill, I do not have issues with it. However, we've seen some ladies that will come and they'll eat for like 7-10 people, only
It's
one
not even-
person.
they even come with their friends.
Yeah, well, those ones, that's a separate ball game entirely. But back to the conversation, yeah, is I'm of a strong opinion that if you're in a relationship, at the beginning part of relationship, be quite transparent. Let your partner know about your finances.
How early should my, because think about it, I'm meeting this guy for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Why should I be so transparent about my finances?
So what is it that you have to hide about your finances that you can't talk about?
Well, a lot, because especially when I've not even decided yet where we are.
Well, the moment you're sure of where you're going, I see no reason why you cannot talk about your finances. See, this is it. I would not give you an impression I'm a billionaire when I don't even have a millionaire in my account. I could drive a fancy car. You see, it happens to most guys. You do some quick business deal, you make some good money, you buy a car, a good car, you stay in a comfortable apartment, and then maybe for some period you're probably over around 500, 1 million naira a month or thereabout. But this lady has been to your house, for example, or she's seen your car, she feels, oh, he drives a Range Rover, he stays in a fancy apartment in Maitama or something. It doesn't necessarily mean you have cash at hand. You might have invested all your cash. So you need to let her know this is my cash flow, so that you do not expect me to buy you a million naira hair when I do not even have a million naira in my account.
So my point is this, yeah. The concept of expectations in relationships, because now it's as though, as a man, there's an expectation that I should provide, especially in especially when we're just starting off.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question.
Okay.
You've seen a beautiful lady that you liked. Why did you ask her out? Why are you willing to know her?
Emikpe, because I like her now.
Because you like her. So you have an expectation, don't you? Yeah, you do, because you want her to like you in return.
Yeah.
You've got your own expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have your own expectation and she has her own expectation, then what's wrong with having expectations? So your own expectation is not monetary. Some ladies' expectation might be monetary.
But is that a right mindset?
What makes it the wrong one?
I'm just asking, is that a right
I mean,
mindset?
let's call a spade a spade. Rent is expensive in Nigeria. Dollar is going up. People have bills to pay.
Exactly. The guy has a mother to take care of, has a sister to send to school. So much responsibility. Why would you be an addition to that responsibility?
Did the
immediate?
Did the lady force herself on the guy?
No.
So yeah. So is it that you can deal with me the way I am, or you leave me alone? It's very simple.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're saying, therefore, that money should be a very important decider in a relationship.
Yes, 100%. I mean, love is sweet when there's money.
But in the initial, how would you, and that's why guys come under pressure, immense pressure, to be able to project a persona. They are trying to step up And it's just a lot of pressure.
No, so the thing is, this pressure we're talking about here. The guys are the one putting themselves under pressure. There's a statement that says, "Cut your coat according to your size," and people redefine it to be cut your coat according to your cash flow, which is your pocket. I mean, for example, someone like me now, if I were to be single, I couldn't have dated someone like Toke Makinwa, not because she's not a beautiful lady, but because I cannot afford to take care of Toke Makinwa.
See, that thing is another problem. So are you saying that before I ask a girl out, I should estimate her financial demand before I ask out?
Okay.
I should know the foundation, if she's expensive or if she's not expensive.
No, okay, so let me ask you this now. So if you're dating a girl and the girl happens to be independent, she has everything under control, what are you bringing to the table apart from sex?
A lot of things. So,
like,
for example, I'm bringing my intellect. I'm bringing support.
She has money to buy all those things, you know.
And she should remain single and be buying them.
Yeah, that's the point. You are the one that approached her. She didn't approach you.
No, so the point, see, we even have that conversation in another episode where we'll talk about who should approach who. Because the issue is this: we put a lot of pressure on the male gender. And so there's that mindset we are selling to the ladies that it's okay for me to be irresponsible and then I just heap my inadequacies on the man because he's coming into my life to provide certain amounts for me.
Okay, why? So here's it. We have limited time left on this episode. But one thing I'm going to say and expressly say is this, is oftentimes, I'm a man myself, and oftentimes from an angle of experience, we place pressure on ourselves and we try to impress. We try to give this perception that we do not have. We try to appear to be perfect even when we're struggling. I understand the fact that you don't want to meet a lady today and then show her all your struggles, show her the things you're going through, because you do not want to appear like a baggage. But I mean, if you like a lady, take an interest in her, do the basics. I mean, I once advised a friend, you do not have to take your wife to the most expensive restaurant. Buy dinner, turn off the light, put up the candle.
Amazing.
And then have dinner in the house.
Yep.
You do not have to spend so much. Go on movie dates. It's 2,500 naira for a movie ticket, 5,000 naira for both of you. It comes with free popcorn. Have amazing time. And then over a period of time, you know if the person is for you. And that way you are able to share your financial goals. You know if your financial goals sound alike. If you know if you have same area of interest. And that way I believe that you are able to define things. And then you can then expose your finances to her. That way, it helps you build an healthy relationship. But if I'm trying to form a big boy to you, and I'm trying to tell you I'm on this deal, I'm on that deal, I'm sending the wrong impression to you. So what's your final statement?
My final statement is it's about shared responsibility. The male, the female gender should come in equally equipped. No one should have more pressure or should bear the honors of the relationship. It should be shared responsibility. I can't be buying you a G-Wagon on your birthday, and on my birthday you're buying me a singlet and a perfume.
Well, what if that's what she can afford? But we'll leave that for we'll pack the bus at this point in time. And thank you very much for watching today. We want you guys to share your comments, your view in the comment section. Like our page, follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much, and catch you on the next episode. Nice hanging out with you, Ansom, and see you on the next episode.
See you. Yeah. All right.